Good morning, everyone. Tiffany here. I'm going to talk about base face, and we're going to talk about 3 products. I'm going to show you Silk Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer and our foundation. Excuse me. And the most important thing with our base face, what we start with, is skincare, you guys. So this is not a skincare party. We talk about that in a whole other boot camp, but I have washed my face in the shower this morning. I put on our retinol treatment, our climate control, and my daytime moisturizer. So those simple things. And then I'm gonna apply all these products. So I'm gonna show you on a lime what Silk does. Hopefully this works and you can see it well. I'm also gonna apply it to myself. So Silk is a pore minimizer. It is primer. So I never used primer before, didn't ever think that I needed it. But then I saw this and tried it and oh my goodness, you need it. So we're gonna try Silk, and I'm also going to, on my lime, I'm gonna draw a circle, basically a line down the middle. And on one side, I'm going to show you what it looks like to have our foundation and our tinted moisturizer on with Silk, and on the other side without Silk. So bear with me, let me get my lines drawn. I do this on my face, except I don't want to have lines on my face. Good morning. Okay, so I'm going to take and put Silk on this half of my lime. You can see all of those pores, and this is the new formulation. You really only need 1 pump of Silk to put on your face. It a little bit goes a long way, and when you put it on, you're gonna let it sit for a minute. So I'm gonna apply this, and then I'm gonna let it sit and soak in, and then I'm gonna apply it to myself. Okay, so by the way, check out how that liner, I used a pencil liner, not coming off. It's starting to a little bit because I'm rubbing it. Okay, so we've got Silk on there. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, and I'm gonna apply it to my face. And I'm just gonna apply Silk to this half of my face as well. It comes in an airless pump, and when you apply it, you're gonna put it on in a downward motion, which is the opposite of what you probably learned as you've grown about applying skincare and makeup, is you wanna push it up, you know, for gravity to push it up. But with Silk, you wanna pull it down into your pores and give yourself that coverage. All right. So I've just got it on this side of my face. I can already feel a difference. The moisturization is so nice. And it also has this really light feel to it, but I feel like I have something covering me, if that makes any sense. So like on a day that you might not want to wear makeup, wearing Silk will give you a more finished look without having makeup on. All right, so I'm gonna let that sit for a minute and then pick back up my lime. So this side has the Silk on it, this side does not. And I'm going to do our tinted moisturizer in one, this is foundation, tinted moisturizer in one quad and foundation in the other. I probably put too much on there. And I'm gonna show you the difference in the consistency. So this is the tinted moisturizer, this is the foundation. See how a little bit more runny, so to speak, the foundation is? The tinted moisturizer is a little bit denser. So I'm just gonna pat this into my lime, and this is the side without the Silk, okay? So there's our tinted moisturizer, a nice sheer coverage. And over here is our foundation, and you will instantly see the coverage difference. Tinted moisturizer, foundation. Much more sheer, much thicker, fuller coverage, okay? So I'm gonna fill in that quad so that we'll be able to compare it to the side with Silk. And what's great also is if you like the way that the tinted moisturizer feels, it's buildable. So you can do a couple layers of the tinted moisturizer to give yourself a little bit more full coverage. Same with the foundation, you can build upon it. I would just let it dry like a minute or two in between. Okay, so if you're just joining us or if you're watching the replay, make sure you watch the full video because I think you'll really enjoy seeing the science behind all of this. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is on the bottom half of my face, I'm gonna use tinted moisturizer, and on the top half of my face, I'm gonna use foundation. So I use the light to medium tinted moisturizer. It comes in 6 different shades. They color correct up and down 2 shades. I used to just wear light or medium until they developed the light medium, and it's the perfect shade for me. Right now I have a little bit of a tan. I probably do need to up to medium. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the bottom half of my face. Now remember, this half had silk, this did not. My goal is for you to see the difference on my face as well as on my lime. I'm gonna take it just up to the tip of my nose. I have a conference call at 10 o'clock, so this should be interesting. Let's hope that it doesn't look too much different. I use a brush to apply both my foundation and my tinted moisturizer. I prefer the brush. I like the way I have control over the product and I feel like I get a better, more airbrushed finish. Okay, silk, no silk. I feel like the silk side, it lays smoother. There's not as much texture as there is on this side. So you guys be the judge. You tell me. All right, so let me clean my brush off real quick. And I'm gonna go in with foundation. I always squirt the foundation right on the top of the lid and the tinted moisturizer. I'm using the same brush, but I did clean it off. And this is dewy. So I use light to medium and dewy. And if you need a foundation match, just reach out to your distributor. We have a really cool website that we can use to almost match your foundation perfectly. However, we do have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you get a foundation and it's not exactly the right color, you can always swap it out. Also, we will have bundles today that will feature the products that we're using today. So definitely communicate with your distributor today and find out what the bundle deals are. Okay, yeah, I definitely need a darker color right now because my face is definitely tan. Okay, so the upper side of my face is now foundation. This side has silk with foundation. This side is foundation with no silk. You can really see it under my eyes. So much more flat and clean on this side. Over here, there's just more texture. So I definitely prefer the side with silk. I don't know about you guys, and maybe it doesn't transfer great on my phone. Okay, so here is our tinted moisturizer and our foundation on its own. I'm going to put this product on the other side where we have the silk. Make sure I put it on the right side. Okay, tinted moisturizer. Foundation. Okay, tinted moisturizer, foundation. I'm gonna use my finger this time. Actually, now I'll use the brush again because I want it to look the same as it did before. Let me just clean that off real quick. Okay, mind you, the tinted moisturizer first. The difference is incredible. Take a look at that. There's the tinted moisturizer on top of silk. Do you see that? Okay, and we're comparing it to, this is more difficult than I expected. Comparing it to this one. See how it's not completely, let me just do a little, let's be fair and make it as smooth as we can make it. Okay, see all the pores? Look over here. The pores are less noticeable. Isn't that amazing? Okay, now let me do the foundation. Clean that brush off. Guys, this is the first time I've done this demo like this, so let me know what you think. Is it interesting? Is it helpful to see? Or is it like, Tiffany, what are you doing? Okay. All right, here it is, foundation. All right, so take a look at that. You cannot see the pores as much as you see them on this side. Now there's a little bit thicker foundation here. Let me add a little bit of foundation to be fair. On this side, I didn't put as much on. You will also notice that the silk will create kind of a protective layer so it doesn't absorb straight into the skin as quickly. So it's going to take a little bit longer to set. Okay? So take a look at that. Pores, there's a hair. Pores, 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 pores. Much more flat. And we'll also show a picture of this in a little bit. I'm gonna clean my lime. We need that for my margarita later. But I hope that kind of explains to you guys what silk does and why it's important, and also shows you the difference in the coverage between the tinted moisturizer and the foundation. So basically, tinted moisturizer is a more sheer, light coverage, everyday wear. Foundation is a more full coverage, something that, you know, if you're concerned with covering everything up, then you definitely want to check that out. Silk is going to give you a more airbrushed kind of finish, and it's just gonna look way more polished if you have it on. So again, on my face, we have silk on this side, tinted moisturizer on the bottom, foundation on the top. You can see, let me get a little closer. Y'all are gonna see all up in my pores. You can see down here that it's a little more sheer, and up here it's a little thicker. And I still didn't even put it on that thick. You can build it all. You can build it upon each other. So you could do silk, tinted moisturizer, and then a layer of foundation. You could do silk, tinted moisturizer, tinted moisturizer. You could do silk, foundation, foundation. And then of course we have our regular foundation, which is what I used. And then we have the advanced anti-aging. Now, all of our foundations, all of our products are anti-aging. They have the Cineplex complex in them. And if you don't know what that is, it's a kinetic enzyme that will rebuild the cellular structure of your skin 23% faster. So they already have the anti-aging properties in them, but we have another foundation that is an advanced anti-aging, and it will create a dewy look for older women that may want that more dewy look. I know a lot of us were discussing this in our group the other day, that the more mature women with more mature skin, they want that dewy look versus that matte finish. And so that's what that advanced anti-aging formula is for. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope that it was interesting, and if you want to test it out yourself, grab yourself a lemon or a lime or an orange, something with a porous skin, and try your primer on it. See if your primer does what ours does, and see if it's, you know, if it's good stuff. Okay, now I'm gonna finish my look real quick, and since I have foundation and tinted moisturizer on, I am going to do a half a pump of each. This is what's so great about our products. They're so versatile. I'm doing a half a pump of each on the lid, and I'm gonna mix it together. I don't know why I'm breathing so heavy. Okay. And I am going to do one more layer all over. So this should give me a nice even look all over, other than my right hand side that's gonna look a little bit better because of the silk. But nobody's gonna get that close to my face, hopefully. I have to be on a Zoom call at 10 o'clock for work for a conference call. So I don't think they'll be able to tell. What do you guys think? I'll let you know if they say something. Tiffany, the right side of your face looks so much better than the left. You never know. I'm just about to pull my earring out. You never know. And yeah, so Catherine, I love silk too. I did not try silk until probably a year into being a distributor. Everybody raved about it and I was like, I don't need that. Like that's product I don't need to be spending my money on. Like I don't need that. And then when I tried it finally, I was like, oh, okay. I get it. I understand now. It's amazing. It is literally amazing. It's one of the products that I'm excited to put on in the morning. Climate Control and Silk are my two favorite morning routine items. Okay, so now I'm a little bit more even. I'm definitely gonna take this foundation off my lips and put on some lip gloss. I was gonna show you guys the hydrating mist that was on my list of things to show you this morning, and I have misplaced mine. But the hydrating mist a lot of people use as a setting spray. We don't need a setting spray. Our products set on their own. This is just Juicy Cherry Gloss. You can tell I wore it last night too. I'm a little addicted to it. Hi, Lauren. So our hydrating mist, what I love to do with it is keep it in my fridge. And it's great on a hot day if we're sitting out on the soccer field or if we're out at the beach to just spray that on, keep it in your cooler. To spray that on, gives you a nice fresh feel. And it can be used as a setting spray. If you're used to using a setting spray and you want that, you can use that as a setting spray. Although you don't need it because our products are smudge proof. It smells kind of like apples. It has like a mixture of like apple lavender smell. Smells so, so, so good. I keep one on my desk at work, which is actually probably where mine is. And I will spray it on my face throughout the day just to give myself some moisture. So it's not, you're not adding like oil to your skin, you're hydrating your skin from the outside. So there's a difference, and we talk about that difference in our skincare boot camps. But basically that hydrating spray is just giving your skin a little bit of a drink of water throughout the day. So anyways, you'll hear more about that later today too. Y'all have a great day. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of what we have in store for you today. Bye.